Warning, the Stone Age Gamer includes a lot of bad language. Cover your mother ears.
Good evening and welcome to the Stone Age Gamer Podcast. I am Kris Randazzo and joining me tonight is door-busting David Bowie hater Dan Ryan.
That's right. I'm not afraid to admit it. Freddie Mercury was better. Also, fuck doors.
Like the band or the...
No, the band is great. People Are Strange, Crystal Ship. That song's a fucking journey.
Oh my god, it's Black Friday! So Dan and I will be talking about our holiday shopping lists and wish lists. Trample that grandma, because the Stone Age Gamer Podcast starts now.
Grandma got run over by some white people.
Hi, everyone.
Surrounded by a new flat screen TV.
Wow, that was good.
That was good. I was just off the cuff.
This is episode 386. It's the week of November 26, 2021. And I told this story to Karen the other night, so I'm going to tell it again here because I feel like not enough people understand like what this is. Like we were talking at the dinner table, John was like, "What's Black Friday?" I was like, "Well, you see, back in the old days, nobody knew what Black Friday was except for people who worked in retail stores, because it was, you know, the whole year you're operating in the red, and then the day after Thanksgiving, when, you know, families get together at Thanksgiving and they get their shopping lists for from their kids, and then the day after Thanksgiving they go out and they do all their shopping. It was the busiest shopping day of the year, so businesses would call it Black Friday because that's when you would go from being in the red to being in the black. But then, like, 10 years ago or so, all these places started, like, publicizing Black Friday. It's Black Friday. It's doorbusters and shit. Let's go nuts, man. And now,
I feel like it was like 20 years ago.
God, has it been that long? I don't know.
Well, because here's the thing, Kris. Like, I saw this thing, like, it was a tweet or a fucking Facebook post. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But somebody posted something where they were like, whenever somebody says 30 years ago, I assume they're talking about 1971. And they're actually talking about 1991. And then I just have to have a lie down for a little bit.
Nah, see, it definitely wasn't going on in the 90s. I remember started. I remember they started publicizing deals as Black Friday deals, like on a larger scale, around like when we were at Game Crazy.
Maybe.
Like
that was 20 years ago, though, Kris.
20, sure. Yes, let's go with that. Not 30 years ago, at least, but it was, 20 years. Fine, about 20 years ago. God damn time.
I know.
But yes,
they fucking relentless.
They started doing this shit, and it's like, it's Black Friday starting Wednesday, and like, that's just what you got to do. And
I have almost purchased. It is up on my tabs right now. I have a Target window open. I'm not sure when I'm going to purchase Guardians of the Galaxy on PS5 for $30, but it's on sale until Monday, and I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I was looking at a couple of those things, but I did pick up a few things Black Friday related, but we'll mention those when we do our actual list in the second half, because it's something that I heartily recommend, or tentatively, because I haven't actually played it yet, but I heartily recommend.
Tentatively recommend.
Tentatively and heartily. Good times.
But anyway, that's the Black. To you this Laurel and hearty handshake. So funny.
In case any of our listeners were not privy to why it's called Black Friday, there you go.
That's why.
I'm a consumer whore. And
who isn't? Who isn't? I know, it's weird. That's weird.
So what you been up to, Dan? How you doing?
Oh God, Kris, I'm so tired. I feel like the last couple of weeks on the show, it's been like, how you doing? Well, I'm old. So, you know, I'm just going to bitch about that for a little bit. I feel like that's where we're at. But, oh, man, we've just had so many dogs that have been here. It's been a lot. Your mom has a new one, so that's exciting.
Oh, my goodness. Those two are thick as thieves, man.
I know, but so the most important thing is, right, so here's the thing for the listeners out there. Sometimes when you adopt these rescue dogs out, they don't always do super well on their own, right? And it's always one of those like, you might need another dog at some point. And sometimes they do okay, but they only pick one member of the family. And as I was talking about with Kris's mom when she was here meeting Miss Sophie, this other Boston Terrier that we had, Kris's dad was being completely ignored by the dog that they adopted a year ago.
Oh,
and
not
even
ignored.
Not
very,
ignored?
Very carefully watched.
Very carefully watched and avoided.
Like,
yeah, I suppose is the better way to put it.
Because he will open up the door, and wherever Fiona is, she will jump up and run to the opposite side of a table. So, like, Dad will walk into the kitchen, and she's on the other side of the table. Like, she will always be standing and staring at him the whole time. He walks around the table, she will continue to rotate around. She won't go anywhere near him. She's, I don't know if it's terrified or what, but it's like, she is hyper aware of his movements.
And whatever it is, and your dad's a rational adult male, he knows that he didn't do anything. It still sucks, and it hurts.
Yeah,
It hurt, like, it legitimately hurts.
No
so,
question.
The fact that we were able to get another dog to your mother, who now loves your dad, and is a big fan, made me very, very happy. That was a big win for the week. But then
it's even better than that, though.
Is
because
it?
Because not only has she been great to Dad, but Sophie has also like been great for Fiona. Like, Fiona's behavior has changed. Like, whenever somebody walks in the door, Fiona's like jumping up and down, happy to see people because
that's awesome.
Because what's her face is too. I can never remember the Fiona
Sophie.
and Sophie. I know they're similar. It's just like,
yes,
fucking dogs. And they're like, here, I'm going to send you this little picture in the chat. They sleep together every night. They snuggle together. It's just tying everything together in a bow. And hopefully after some time, Fiona will start to understand that there's nothing to fear from Dad, because Sophie's all the way over there with my dad. But
that's
outside
awesome.
of that, just the general, like, Fiona has been much more affectionate, had been much more playful, much more energetic. It's just been tied everything together. It's been
that's awesome.
Phenomenal situation entirely.
And like that's one of like the interesting things about this, right? Is that we get to do that, for your mom, and she comes up and like that helps out with the whole family. And then, this past Saturday, I had to drive a dog to Maryland, because the people that adopted one of these Pomskis that we have lived in Tennessee, and they were like, we want her, we'll pay you for her, like, right now, please don't send her anywhere else. And we're like, all right, like, it's not really about that. It's just, you guys are in Tennessee. I'm not driving to Tennessee. Like, you can get all the way fucked on that one. So they were like, well, could you meet us in, like, Maryland or something? I was like, yeah, I suppose. Drove a dog to Maryland on Saturday, and then, like, we're getting the house ready we're hosting Thanksgiving, so my father-in-law is coming. Excuse me. I really don't like to do that on the show. My father-in-law is coming tomorrow, which will be 3 days ago for you guys, or 4 days. I don't know. Time works somehow. So, like, we've had to de-child the room that he will be staying in, because my kids smell now, and they just like get their funk everywhere. They're just like, I mean, like, all right, girls, you got to clean up your room, and then like go in the room, and it's like, oh, it's not that bad, and then you start like uncovering. See, this is where girls and boys are different, man, because like boys, we just have our messes like out everywhere. It's like, oh, this is just all my pile of shit. It's right here. But girls, like, they hide their messes. It's just bags and bags of stuff keep coming out of the room. Look, what is all this? Where did all this go? So that's like what my week has been. It's been driving dogs places and then yelling at my children for the stuff that I bought them. Like, they didn't buy it themselves. Like, this stuff that they're like throwing away or having to put in the attic or whatever, that I keep yelling at, where the hell did you get all this stuff? And they keep looking at me like, you asshole, you did it. I know, but still. In between, like, trying to play fucking Puzzle and Dragons, I put a lot of time into it this week and beat a couple of the, like, I think I was talking about it last week, of, like, there's a couple dungeons that I've been stuck on, but I rolled a new card that allowed me to get through 2 of the dungeons that I was having a hard time with, so that was really cool.
There's something inherently wrong with the phrase, I rolled a card.
I know. It's weird. It makes sense to me. You know,
and I know like, that it does, but at the same time, you say those words, I'm like, that's not how cards work.
It's not. It's not. I don't know what I rolled, though, because, like, it's not even rolling. I mean, I'm not rolling anything. I fucking pulled this little, I shook a dragon's hand for a card. I don't know. That sounds way creepier.
The English language is not ready for Puzzle and Dragons.
It's the English language. It's not ready for much. Let's be honest. The words good and food don't rhyme. That's fucking absurd. Fucking dumb. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway. But like I spent a lot of time working on some pad stuff this week and like felt really good, you know, making my way through these dungeons, and then they just put out another new one that's like super hard, and I'm like, all right, fuck, I'll go back and figure this one out now. God damn it. Anyway. Oh, and Castlevania, that too. Because, you know, Mike Sheridan. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. I've been playing a little Mike Sheridan. You just assume I meant Castlevania. What about you? What have you been up to?
What was I just talking about? I was just doing something. I was talking about Castlevania. And every single time I said Castlevania, I thought of Mike Sheridan. What the heck was I talking about? I was doing something Castlevania related this past week, and now I just can't remember what it was. Huh.
Were you playing Castlevania?
No, I wasn't playing Castlevania. What the hell was I doing with... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
And if you think about it, you can edit it back in.
Yeah, sure. Just throw them right on there. Why the fuck not? Let's see. I've been playing Animal Crossing every day still. I have gotten absolutely zero new artwork from Red. Every single day has been new fake artwork. Every day. Every goddamn day. And this morning I got a repeat on fake artwork because, you know, he'll just have the same things there until you buy something. So I keep buying things and he keeps replacing them with different fake artwork.
What a dick.
My other friends are just like, how is that possible? I'm getting new artwork every day. Like, well, fuck you. Because I'm not. I'm getting fake shit every goddamn day.
That's so wild.
So today I went into booted up my daughter's account and bought the other piece. So tomorrow there will be 2 new pieces. One of them's got to be something I don't have. Come on, please. I mean, at least I'm seeing fakes that I haven't seen previously. Like, that's something at least, but...
That is something. It's not much of something.
Yeah, it's not what I'm after. I just want to finish my museum. I would have get to this point where I feel like I finished enough of my the goals that I want on my island, so I can start doing the crazy like island designer thing, because John started playing that. And I was like, oh man, this looks like fun. I am into this.
It does look fun.
I'm really interested in that. But I'm also really interested in gyroids. Which I've almost filled a room, and I'm really happy about it.
I know, I refuse to start. I refuse to even start. I don't have time. I don't have time.
I've been doing it in the mornings. Like, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll run over to I'll have Captain take me to an island and serenade me while I'm on the toilet. And, at least every day in an island, I can get one gyroid piece, right? So I always get one gyroid piece every day. And then I go back, I bury that and water it so that the next day I'll get a new gyroid. And then I run off to see if Red has any art. And he doesn't.
Fucking absurd sentence that was.
Yeah.
Go get a new gyroid piece, then bury it and water it. Like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
As you do. And then I run around town and, see if there's any random gyroids hidden on my island. I haven't had any in like a week. Like the first couple of days, I was finding a couple on my island every day, and now I haven't found one on my island in a little while. But I got my garden all dug. It looks great. I still have a bunch of flower management to take care of. Oh my God, I'm tired.
Jesus.
I'm so tired. I have a bunch of flower management to take care of still. But over the weekend, I had one of my villagers actually let them move away. It's like, all right, Sky, you've been a trooper for a long time, but there's a bunch of new villagers out there, so I'm ready for some new faces. And I got a new goat living in my town. He seems really cool. I've already forgotten his name, but he's a goat in a leather jacket, so sure, let's do it.
It's a goat in a leather jacket?
Yeah, that's what you always wanted.
That's odd.
I like him. He seems nice, so I'll let him move in.
He's got some tood.
Really,
whatever, man. I got the tood now.
The only one who lives in my village who I would be like really Tangy will never leave. Tangy is my best friend forever, but everybody else I can more or less take or leave. It's just a matter of finding the time to be like, all right, well, if somebody moves away, that means the next day I need to devote time to finding someone to replace them. Because if I just let the game pick it, it's going to be some fucking hot pink rhino with an eye patch and a beard who's angry all the time. And like,
yeah, that sounds awesome.
Great. It sounds great on paper, but in practice, I don't want to walk past that every day.
That's I don't know what kind of ist that is, but that was some sort of ist. You should feel bad, sir.
Proud of myself. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of the kind.
I'm a proud boy. Like, oh, you shouldn't say that.
We go out to those islands, and I'll meet new people. And like, you're just not East Todd material, and then I'll leave.
What's wrong with you? You're just not East Todd material. We don't like your kind round here, boy. Like, whoa.
You're a very friendly monkey, but no, I'm good. We already have a monkey in town, and he's pretty great. He wears an Argyle sweater, so.
Oh. I mean, you can't fuck with a monkey in an Argyle sweater. Everybody knows that.
And he's very friendly, and you know, hopefully he's not planning on leaving. I mean, if he really wanted to leave, I'd probably not fight it. But I have three of the pop star personality on my island, and Tangy's the only one I need. Like, Cookie is adorable. She's a pink dog. She's adorable, but she has the same exact personality as Tangy. Same thing with, I got this great horse. There's a horse with a star on her head. She's great, and her name is Winnie. Come on. A horse named Winnie? That's wonderful. But she's got the same personality as Tangy, so.
Fucking stop saying these words to me. What's wrong with you? You're a grown-ass man.
Speaking of anthropomorphic
I got
animals,
a horse named Winnie. Fuck, great. Stop it.
John and I have been playing some Star Fox this week. That's been fun.
Like the original Star Fox?
Yeah.
Ew.
We did some. Fuck you.
Wild.
That game's great.
No, it's just a weird thing to like pick up randomly.
Well, it wasn't.
I mean, if we were talking Star Fox Adventures,
actually.
That's something. That game's great.
I haven't played that in ages. It's on the list because here's the deal. We got the N64 online stuff on the Switch, and he caught me playing Star Fox 64. I was like, well, this is fucking great. And he also loves the Andros face assist trophy in Smash Brothers, which is the last boss of the Super Nintendo one. Right. He thinks that's the coolest damn thing because it factually is.
I mean, not a fact, actually. Yeah. That's not how facts work, but
that thing is amazing. And,
there you go.
He was like, is this the one with that face in it? I was like, no, that's the first one. So we played through like the first one the other day, but like on top of it, we're playing some Star Fox Assault down here in the basement.
Nice.
On the GameCube, which I've never beaten that game. So I played a couple of levels of it, got probably about as far as I ever have in that game, which was just past the first on foot mission. That game's pretty neat. It's got some problems, but I really like it.
Yeah.
And I played a little more Star Fox 64. We've been kind of jumping around a lot. He's just been very interested in Star Fox, and I grabbed the Starlink R-Wing thing that I got for $5 ages ago. He's been playing with that. He's up in his room now. He's been playing with his Legos and stuff. He thinks that's super cool. And I was like, man, I should just pick up another one of these. And they're actually starting to go for a little bit of money now. Now I'm like, well, damn it. I should have bought 4 of them so I could have a whole team of R-Wings, and I just didn't. I should have bought all 4 of them.
Yeah, no,
that would have been $20 goddamn to buy 4 copies of Starlink. I could have thrown the copies of the game in the trash because I only need 1, and then I would have had 4 R-Wings, and that would have been awesome. But
it would have been.
Just didn't think about my kid wanting to play with them.
Star Fox is always like a game that I feel like I should like more than I do. You know, I don't know what it is about it. Like I play it and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. All right, let's not think about this for like another 8 years.
I feel like that's me with all the Star Fox sequels. I loved 64 when it first came out, and I really like it now, but the only one that I still genuinely love is the first one. Yeah. That original Super Nintendo one just is still, I find it so much fun to play. The visuals are so out there. They're all the really FX chip, Virtua Fighter 1, like it's all very Atari almost, you know what I mean? Like it's so open to interpretation. I think it's fascinating. Also, the first Star Fox game has the best Star Fox soundtrack. That soundtrack's amazing.
Sure.
And I just love playing that game. I think it's great. And playing the other ones is like, this is neat, but it keeps reminding me of how much I just want another Star Fox game. Like, could we just make a modern Star Fox? Not a modern Star Fox, but with this too.
But with this added bunch of bullshit
I don't need the extra bunch of bullshit. I just need Star Fox. Like, Star Fox Zero was so close, but the stupid fucking control scheme. Like, and also stop retelling the first story. Star Fox,
they just
Star
can't
Fox
help
64,
themselves.
and Star Fox Zero are all the same story.
Yeah.
Stop it. And they're not even pretending to be sequels. They're all just, here's the Star Fox story. Like, well, there was a Star Fox 2, which was released God knows when later, like a couple of years ago for the first time ever.
Yeah.
That's a neat little game, and it furthers the story. Assault furthers the story. Like, it's possible to tell new Star Fox stories. It really is. Oh, my God. But anyway, Star Fox is awesome, and I really have been enjoying that. But I've been working way too much to do anything more than that. Like, I haven't touched Psychonauts all week.
Right.
Because pretty much the only game and time that I have is like right first thing in the morning, and I'm not like playing Animal Crossing is not the same as playing a game that you're actually paying attention to, you know?
Sure.
It's like something that I can do when I first wake up while I'm still a little hazy and just like, I can pay attention to other things going on around me while I'm doing that. You know, instead of sitting down in my basement watching something on the TV, I was like, all right, well, I'm just, you know, futzing around down here, good times, and then I'm done, and then I'm done. Like, so I haven't really had any real proper time. After the kids start getting ready for bed, I've been weirdly booting up Sonic 2 on the Sega Genesis Nintendo Switch Online a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And really enjoying that game with the rewind feature. Because I was able to get all the Chaos Emeralds in like level 2.
Nice.
Because I would never fail on a half pipe stage. Because like, all right, well, I can just rewind until I get it right. So I got all the Chaos Emeralds right in the beginning of the game, and now I'm just fucking blowing through everything in Supersonic, and it's great.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's been fun.
I don't ever want to play a retro game without that fucking rewind feature ever again.
Oh, it makes life so much easier for those like really hard old games.
Yeah.
So I was really hoping like we got the first Ninja Gaiden on NSO. Like, can we get Ninja Gaiden 2 and 3, please? Like, I love those games, and I love being able to like finish them, and I can get through most of the games just fine. But once they get to the last couple of levels, like they're freaking brutal, and I need that rewind feature to have the fun. Like, I can spamming save states is one thing, but rewind is so much more convenient.
Well, that's the thing. Like, because is it that much different from spamming save states? Like, it's really not. It's just easier.
Yeah, because like you could always. I forget to make save states. What was I was playing? I had a few minutes to myself, so I booted up Contra 3 on the Contra collection. So I haven't played Contra 3 in ages. Fuck, this game's hard. And I kept getting to this one point and dying and being like, right, I can't rewind. Where was my last save state? Oh, fuck. All right, fine. And I kept forgetting to create the new save state before the part that I knew was going to be tough. So it's like, you have to keep pausing it and creating the save states over and over again. Or if there was just a rewind feature, then I wouldn't have to worry about that. But
right. Or if there was like a hotkey to like just create the save state.
Yeah.
Wait, you know, like hit
Contra
R2.
3's not on Nintendo Switch Online, is it?
I don't think so.
No. Contra Hardcore is on the Genesis one.
Ew.
You know what? With a rewind feature, I might just go for that.
Maybe.
Now that I think about it, like with the rewind, yeah, maybe I'll futz with that. We'll give that a little bit. Maybe give that a shot. See if I can find the love in that game. but also with the rewind feature just this afternoon, the kids were having a snack, and I was like, well, I got 5 minutes to kill. And we're down in the basement because they're working on the bathroom upstairs. It was really freaking loud, so we're all down here. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to play some Rare Replay. So I booted up Rare Replay. I haven't been getting a ton of use out of the Xbox One, like, because I'm me, but I've been getting a decent amount of use out of it. I've been using
more
it for
than
streaming.
You might have thought.
Yeah, I mean, definitely just having it as a streaming thing down here. I have Plex on there, and I've been watching, finally started up the second season of Fooly Cooly, which I never got around to watching.
Such a wild show.
It really is. That's been interesting. And just, having the games, like we was playing Psychonauts the week before, and I booted up Rare Replay. I was like, I want to play something quick, like I want to play some Battletoads. So I booted up Battletoads and started playing around with that on there, and it's good. The problem is some of the sound effects are wrong. Just bugging me out. Some of the sound effects aren't the same way they are on the NES, and the drum track in the music is, putting forth a different sound, which is kind of bugging me. But the game itself plays great, plays just fine. And it was very nice to have a rewind feature for Turbo Tunnel.
Yeah, I would imagine that would be, like, that's the one.
Which, to be fair, I only needed it at one part. It's the only part during Turbo Tunnel that I don't have I have that whole thing down to muscle memory, except for the part where you have to manually jump where the exclamation point shows up in the corner.
Yeah.
I've never really properly figured out what I'm doing right or wrong in that part. So, like, I just can't figure that part out. And sometimes I feel like I'm doing the exact same thing and I make it through, and sometimes I don't. But I made it through. That took me like one or two rewinds to get past. But other than that, it was like, all right, cool. So I was playing some Battletoads on the Rare Replay. Rare Replay really is a great collection. I really like it. And the D-pad on, like, playing Turbo Tunnel was the most I'd put that D-pad through its paces. You know what I mean? Like, because that's really, really
old school D-pad.
It's
use.
Very active D-pad use. Like, it's really, really active. And it's weird because it's got a click to it, which was kind of throwing me off while I was doing it a little bit. Like, obviously it was good enough that I could still make it through the entire Turbo Tunnel except for that one part without dying. So that was, that's a pretty big hooray for that. But
right.
The actual, like, there's an actual click to it. Hold on 1 second. The controller's right next to me. Give me this. Come on, headphones you can reach. All right. You hear that?
Yeah.
That's the D-pad.
That's weird.
It's weird, right? Like, there is an audible click to using the D-pad. Now, it doesn't, so it actually feels that clicky too. And it's not really, I don't know if I'm not going to call it bad. It's just something that it's taking me a lot of getting used to. And it's so weird because the buttons, I feel, are squishier than I'm used to. Like, I'm used to that clicky being the buttons and the buttons being more the squishiness of the buttons being the D-pad. So it's kind of like this weird reverse for me, and it's throwing me off a little bit. Again, it's not bad. Actually, I had mentioned last week that I bought Star Wars Fallen Order, Jedi's Fallen for the Xbox to the PS4 because I do genuinely like this controller more than I like the PS4 controller.
Sure.
So yeah, that's been neat. It's been fun. This is a really neat little system, and I'm really glad I have it, and I'm looking forward to a little bit more Psychonauts, but I'm really itching to try this Star Wars game out. So I don't know.
Yeah, I am really curious to see what your thoughts are on that.
Me too. I'm very curious to see what my thoughts are on it as well. I'm glad I got it for cheap because, EA is awful and everybody's awful.
They
are
are
awful. Activision's gotten some they've been some grade A awful this time around. Let's fire Bobby Kotick into the sun, but whatever.
I thought it's
anyway.
Been just really funny last week. So the PlayStation president, whose name I don't remember because I don't care, came out and said some shit about Bobby Kotick like a week ago. He was like the first one to come out and be like, "Oh, this is fucking troubling," right? And I saw a bunch of stories when he said that of PlayStation CEO comes out and says shit about Bobby Kotick, but doesn't offer any solutions, blah, 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 like kind of like dragging him through the mud a little bit. And then this week, Nintendo and Microsoft have both come out, and now the story is Nintendo and Microsoft and Sony all denounce Bobby Kotick. Like, nobody's offered any solutions, because there are no solutions. He's a bad guy.
I haven't seen anybody denouncing him. The way I've been seeing it worded is like, what's something like considering their relationship with Activision or something like that. Like, that doesn't mean anything. Nobody's doing shit.
But I thought it was funny that 2 weeks ago, it was, who the fuck, Jim Ryan, is that his name? That sounds right.
Sure.
Why would I know that name? Yeah. PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan, calls Bobby Kotick on the carpet, but doesn't offer any solutions. And this week it's like, well, now everybody's doing it and we can't bash all three of them. It seemed like a weird media thing. And like, normally I don't pay attention or give a shit because it doesn't matter. I just thought that was an interesting observation. Strange. And also, fuck that guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, fuck that guy. At the end of the day, like, that guy is a supreme douchebag and needs to go and all those things. But I don't feel like that's news.
That's the thing. None of this is surprising. Like,
yeah, like, hasn't the gaming community been on the Bobby Kotick is a twat thing for a decade at least?
Yeah, like, was his name Yves Guillemot or whatever from Ubisoft, been covering up all kinds of, like, shit work circumstances for a long-ass time. Like, I just don't buy their games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck them. There's so many games out there to play. I'm not going to buy from those companies. I'm just not.
It's just strange. I don't know. Making it seem like this is big news. It's like, oh fuck, water is wet.
Oh my
Son
god,
of a bitch!
Everything at Activision has been horrible, and Bobby Kotick knew about it and was part of it. Who knew?
Does the Pope shit in the woods? I mean, come on.
Could have seen that shit coming. Absolutely insane.
Really is.
So yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I thought you were going to go. I was vaping. I muted myself.
I'm trying to think of where to go from there, and it's like, well, I wasn't going to buy any of their games anyway. Like, I got the fucking the Crash and Spyro collections on clearance, like super duper deep sale, and like that's kind of it. I never played Mario plus Rabbids, so I'm not going to go out and buy the second one.
Yeah,
and that team I feel bad for because like that team's supposedly pretty cool, but it's still not. The money's not going in their pocket; it's going in the Ubisoft's pocket, and that's the thing. I'm not buying Call of Duty.
That's the issue.
Activision just breaks my heart so very much.
They were so cool.
They started off so good.
They were the rebels.
They were.
You live long enough to see yourself become the villain, man. It's the fucking Activision story.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Thumbs down.
It really is. Thumbs down. 4 thumbs down, Charlie Murphy.
Well, that's about all I got. Besides, was it just today? I think What the Golf had a whole big expansion. Holy Moly, I think is what it's called, or
that's
something.
Fun.
It's all based on like holes and stuff. There was a
shocking in a golf game.
What's it? You know how have you played What the Golf at all?
I have not.
Every time you finish a hole, it makes some sort of stupid pun. Like every single one of them is like says something stupid at the end, and one of the courses you had to move a hole around and like suck a bunch of things into the hole. And when John finished that hole, it said Donut County. I was like, yes, awesome.
I like you guys. This is my kind of
love it.
My kind of in jokes.
Because Donut County's phenomenal.
It is so good.
That game was great. And as a matter of fact, John was playing Donut County again when I told him about the What the Golf update, and he stopped playing Donut County to play What the Golf, which referenced Donut County. Go figure.
Nice. I am very much looking forward to. I think it might even be this week. The Death's Door game is coming out. It was out on Xbox and maybe Switch. It is now coming out on PS4. That little like isometric Raven looking thing. Very excited about that.
Oh,
very,
Choice
very
Provisions has a new runner style game based in the world. It's what the hell is that? I've been seeing ads for it all day and I still can't remember the end.
Yes.
What the hell is this tied to? It's called. Come on, what are you? You know, Hextech Mayhem. The game is out now on PC. Yeah, it's called Hextech Mayhem. What is this tied to? It's a League of Legends story.
Cool. Maybe.
Isn't that new cartoon also League of Legends? That's on Netflix. People have been talking about that all day. Like, it's supposed to be really freaking good. The animation looked incredible on it.
I don't know. I am not hip today, Chris.
But this, I saw a trailer for this like a week or two ago. This Hextech Mayhem, and again, it looks like a runner style game. Which I mean, Choice Provisions is really good at this stuff. I kind of wish they'd branch out a little bit more than falling back on this. But I was so glad to see this. It's like, oh, good, Bubsy didn't kill them. Because that Bubsy game wasn't great. It was probably one of the best Bubsy games.
Kill him.
It was probably the best Bubsy game ever made, but like that game did not do well. And this game looks great. This looks really cool. This Hextech Mayhem. I don't know shit about League of Legends, but
yeah, I don't know a goddamn thing.
It's on my list. Anyway,
all right.
That's
commercials.
All I got. Yeah, we're going to do some commercials. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about our Christmas lists and things that you should buy for other people because it's Black Friday, bitches.
That's right,
buy
bitches.
some stuff. You're listening to the Stone Age Gamer podcast from Geekade.com. Stick around. And now, here's a quick look at some of the other original content available now from our partners and Geekade.com.
First up, Halloween, Chris. It's way behind us. Did you know that? Were you aware?
It's right over there behind me.
I literally just took the tombstones out of my front yard this past weekend.
I have fall decorations, and they are making me happy.
I would love to have fall decorations right now, but it keeps raining and bumming me out, so can't put them up. Regardless of all that, it doesn't mean you can't still enjoy...
This is what I was doing Castlevania stuff.
Okay, there you go. So you found it. Castlevania games.
This is it. Oh, my goodness. All right, I did it.
It's all coming together. It's all coming up Millhouse. In fact, there's no wrong time to enjoy a little Castlevania. At the grocery store, the market, Castlevania. On the toilet, Castlevania. At your friend's dog's funeral, Castlevania. But what of the Super NES classic Castlevania Dracula X? Is there a bad time to play that game? Greg and Joe dove into this bizarro port of Rondo of Blood to determine its worth. Is it more than a miserable little pile of secrets? Find out on the SNES Podcast 176, Castlevania Dracula 10. X, sorry.
No, you're right the
Plus,
first time.
Weapon
It's
Plus.
10.
It's the Weapon Plus system, like they're doing with Wolverine now. It's not actually Weapon X, it's Weapon Plus.
What?
It's the whole thing. Yeah.
I'm so far away from X-Men comics.
Yeah, it's the whole thing.
I don't even know how to go about diving. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Don't. Just wait till Hickman's done writing it and start over.
Next, on an all-new Stone Age countdown, I ranked the top 5 Ninja Gaiden games.
Gaiden games!
Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, you ranked the top 5 Ninja Gaiden games. That's cool. I hope Ninja Gaiden 2 for NES made the list. But if that's what you're expecting, you'd be wrong, because I didn't rank the top 5 Ninja Gaiden games. I ranked the top 5 Ninja Gaiden games, as in the top 5 games literally called Ninja Gaiden, because there are enough of those to actually make a top 5 list, and I'm a goofball. So do yourself a favor and check out Stone Age Countdown Top 5 Ninja Gaidens on the Stone Age Gamer YouTube channel.
Were there Ninja Gaidens that didn't make the list of top 5 Ninja Gaiden games?
Well,
or were there exactly 5?
Well, there was ports, right? Like,
okay,
there was the Atari Lynx port of Ninja Gaiden, the arcade Ninja Gaiden. There were like the other ports of like the NES style Ninja Gaiden. I think there was a Commodore. Oh, like the TurboGrafx. Well, that wasn't called Ninja Gaiden. It was called something else. But
the Master System Ninja Gaiden and the NES Ninja Gaiden and the arcade Ninja Gaiden
and the Xbox Ninja Gaiden. And one
the
more.
Xbox Ninja Gaiden.
I'm going to leave that up to you. I'm not going to spoil it, right? I'm not going to put them in order here, right? Watch the video. Go over the YouTube. Do it. All of you.
Do it right now.
Do me the favor. I say do yourself a favor. Really, it's a favor to me. Off limits as a favor to me. It's for all our state fans.
Finally. On an all-new Weekend Rental podcast, the gamers close out their massive Metroid discussion and look to the future of both the Uncharted movies and Xbox's marvelous Game Pass. If that isn't enough to get your jeans steaming, either way. Very tight.
That's a very different sensation.
It really is. Hold on, let me get the voice back for that. Hold on. And if that isn't enough to get your jeans steaming, fierce competition ensues in round 2 of the Smash Music Quiz. Be sure to tune in to the Weekend Rental episode 112. The gamers enter uncharted territory.
Wow.
That was sexy, right? You
that
like
shit
that?
got sexy. Wow.
I can. That's my actual voice.
My jeans are steaming.
This is the affectation.
This is your podcast voice.
This is my podcast voice. I do a radio show voice. Whoa! Zoo! Zip zow.
Wow. For all this great content and more from us and our partners, including Dan just saying zip zap wow, be sure to keep your eyes on geekade.com. Karen and John always get pissed at me when I tell bad jokes. Anyway, we're back. Your mom's back.
Your mom's back. See? That's fucking funny.
So because it's Black Friday, we're going to talk about some Christmas present stuff. I grouped mine together. Dan didn't. Who the hell cares, right?
That's right. I just put a list together and was like, I mean, I could kind of group it together. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, and I'm not even sure how I feel about half this stuff. I feel like I've mentioned all these things many times before, but what are you going to do, right? So
I did some research over this last week, and I think I came up with a really good list.
All right, I'm way more interested in your list.
Really?
So what do you got? Give me an item. Give me an item for Christmas this year for holidays.
All right, I'm going to start off with the pie in the sky, the big ticket item.
Now, this is something that you want or something you think somebody should buy for someone else?
Yes. I believe all of these things are things I both want and things that should be purchased for other people.
All right.
How about that? I did both. The first thing on my list I got prices too. At a big old chunk of $2,000.
Good God.
It is a Death Star fire pit.
Oh, man.
And it's awesome. It's huge, and it's like the unfinished Death Star.
Oh.
You light a fire inside of it. It's all big and metal. It's fucking great. I want one really bad, but it's $2,000.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, but like, look up a picture, then you will see
if I
that you have to have it.
Here's the thing. If I'm going to get a Star Wars themed fire pit, it's gonna be a Darth Vader funeral pyre.
Sure, that's a little on the nose, though. Don't you think?
It's like Ray Yane. But I don't know.
I mean, are you looking at this thing? Look at a picture of this thing, Chris.
I'm all right. Death Star Death Star
Fire
Pit.
This is the fire pit you're looking for. It's fucking great.
Death Star Steel Fire Pit, Cedar Creek.
There you go.
Right from Wayfair. That's pretty fucking cool, man.
Right? Like, it's $2,000, but that's awesome.
All right, but now Darth Vader Fire Pit.
Is that a thing that exists? I didn't look. I'm looking. Hold on.
They're not showing up with what I was thinking of, but these are hysterical.
Oh, those are pretty good. Yeah, I like
awesome.
the big Darth Vader face. Flames coming out of the eyes.
Get me, like, the full thing with Vader laying down, burning, and fire. That's what I want.
All right. Well, it's not your list, so fuck off.
Well, that was
all right. What you got?
That's a real good. I mean, that's better than anything I have on my list.
That's my big ticket. My big ticket item to start with.
Well, then I'll go for my big ticket item. This is for me. My big ticket item is a freaking projector for my basement.
Yeah.
When I moved in here, my basement was wired for a projector. I have a screen that comes down, like it's built into the ceiling. I push a button and a screen will come down. I just want to watch movies on it, but projectors, like nice projectors, are really freaking expensive. And I don't know. They can be, yeah. I keep looking at like, well, these ones are like a couple $100s. Like, okay, are they going to look like shit? I don't know. Nobody has the answers for me.
I got a projector a couple years ago for like $120, maybe even less than that. For the girls, we were doing a birthday party outside. And we were like, we're going to put movies on our shed. Like drape a curtain back there and the kids will run around and we'll have movies playing in the background. And it's like, it might have even been like one of the $80 projectors, the budget ones. Mm-hmm. It's real tiny. It looks great. As long as it's dark enough, it looks great.
See, like my in-laws had a projector for the longest time and I could see every single pixel. And that just drove me nuts.
Yeah, not on this one.
This looks like trash. So I don't know. I'm so nervous to get one for like a couple $100 and be like, all right, is this going to look like shit? Would I be better off just watching a movie on TV? Like I want something that's going to be worth making it so that when it's movie night, we come down here and watch movies down here.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't have the answer for you. I'm very sorry.
Well, somebody will someday, or somebody's just gonna buy me one of these days. I'll just keep asking for it for Christmas.
Maybe
somebody's bound to do it, right? That's how this works.
Yes.
Anyway.
All right. Well, I will jump to the. I'm not necessarily price order, but this is just the second highest price on here, and I do think it's something that Evan would very much agree that I need. But other people should get as well, and that would be the Shure MV7 podcasting microphone.
I was going to say new podcasting equipment, right? That's
for $220. But I do think everybody should find a topic to talk to their friends about, because we're so fucking isolated in the way that we live now, like our technology and our social media. Like, and don't get me wrong, I am I'm breathlessly waiting for the day that I can implant a microchip into my thumb so that I don't, like, more grid, please. That's what I want. But all of our technology makes us, like, further and further away from each other. It's a lot more isolating than I think was originally intended or whatever. So having a podcast is a great way to reconnect and to spend time with people. And you should probably have better equipment than I do to do it.
I agree on all counts.
So, I agree. You are a fucking slapped ass. That's right.
We've been at this for a long time. I'm still using a microphone that we bought for Chocolat. So,
yeah.
I would also very much like new podcasting equipment. That would be super cool.
I would love a good podcasting setup, but we don't get paid to do this, so I don't have it.
Exactly.
That's really what it comes down to.
this technically works. So here we are.
It's good enough.
I would also like a new TV for my basement because I was mentioning before the show, the TV I have is the TV I bought myself for my 30th birthday. I gave myself a 30th birthday present. It was my first HD TV, and it's this big ass plasma TV, and it's really nice. There's a lot that it does that I love. It's got a great picture. It turns on and it doesn't go through like a startup sequence, like giving somebody's logo and shit while it's loading all this shit. It's just like you turn it on and then it's on. I love that about it. But
you turn it on and it's a TV.
Right? It's great. But all the HDMI ports are fried. Like my house was struck by lightning back when I lived in Mays Landing, and like all the HDMI ports shorted out. So now I have this weird component cable HDMI setup to get all the stuff that's down here hooked up to this TV, and it doesn't work half the time. It makes weird noises sometimes. It's just not great, and it makes me sad. It's time. It's been 10 years, and the first thing I did with it is I hooked up an Atari 2600 and played E.T. on it, because I always said that was the first thing. It's like the video game equivalent of peeing into the Grand Canyon. It was like, all right, I'm going to get a real nice TV, and the first thing I'm going to do is play the ugliest game I can think of, E.T. I like that game, but it's ugly as shit.
It is ugly as shit.
That is an ugly-ass game.
You are not wrong.
So, yeah, new TV. Give me a new TV. Nature.
Next up on my list of things that I think I should get, and other than you should buy for somebody else as well, would be the Ifixit Pro Tech Toolkit. Clocking in at around $70. It's just a really nice little tool set that has all the weird screwdriver heads that we would need to assemble and disassemble all of our little components and various video game ephemera.
Oh, yeah, I've seen these. This is cool.
Yeah, it's a cool little kit. It's pricey because they're very specialized tools, right? And you don't use them for a lot of stuff, but it's one of those things where you can't run to the local store and be like, I need a fucking 8-pointed star wrench. Like, what? No, you can't have that. You're not allowed. You have to go to like the hobby shop in town to get that weird screwdriver that you need. And it's... The things we have are fixable by ourselves, but we need the tools to do it. And I would like to explore that more. So I think that would be a good gift.
And you need the talent.
Yes, and I have neither of those. But but I could get one for the bargain basement price of $70.
There you go. Well, this one I got for my kids because it is on sale for a great price right now in pretty much every retailer. For Black Friday. It was something that Nintendo officially marked the price down as part of their Black Friday thing as the new MSRP for this game for Black Friday sales for $60 a pop, Mario Kart Live.
Yeah, that's a pretty good price for that.
I'm not saying that the things weren't worth the $100 a piece, but like that was too rich for my blood. Dropping $200 to get both kids a Mario Kart car to race against each other. Like, okay, finally, I have two Switch systems, so sure, we can do it this way. But they just a few days ago announced an update where now you can play off of you can play off of one system on the TV with split screen.
Yeah, that's great.
So you have two cars, and then each person just holds a controller, and the camera stuff shows up on the TV split screen. Like each car is showing you what that car is seeing. So yeah, okay, sold. $60. I did it. I went to Target, and I got each kid. I got John and a Mario and Ellie a Luigi, and that's going to be one of their big Christmas presents. Because $60 for that seems like a really good deal. And what a cool concept, that Mario Kart Live thing. I remember when I first saw that trailer, I was like, man, this is I would have flipped my shit for this when I was a kid. This is amazing.
Yeah, I really hope it works. I really hope it works well for you.
I do too. I've heard really great reviews on it, and we've got this basement seems like a pretty good place to set up some fun Mario Kart tracks. So
yeah,
I'm feeling good about it. I'm excited.
All right, well, my next one is also for children, but could be like really for anyone. I think it's a really cool little piece of tech. It's probably a little bit pricier than it needs to be, but that would be the Apple AirTags at $29 because
now?
Apple AirTags. They're basically little GPS trackers that you can stick to your kids' devices because children lose shit frequently. And we buy them expensive shit. And this is just a little like tracker that you put on the back of it, and it's basically a Find My iPhone, but for like any device you have, anything you put it on, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And for like they're $29 or something like that per tag. But you know, if you've got stuff that you want to make sure you always know where it is, and like where the hell is this thing that my kid keeps losing, or where is my kid remote? Yeah, you know what I mean, like where is my child? You could stick this right to your kid's forehead. I think it's a cool yes, Big Brother is watching and all of that stuff, but
whatever.
If they want,
Big Brother's been watching me for years.
I was going to say, if somebody wants your information, not only do they already have it, but they've already used it. So like, get over yourself. More grid. I think they're a pretty cool little thing. Like
they are pretty neat.
A little bit pricier than they need to be, but definitely I think worthwhile. The one thing that I think is really cool,
pack for $100.
That which isn't bad. I have seen on Etsy people making really cool dog collars out of these.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, dog collars.
Your dog gets out.
Keychains.
I'm going to go find my dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm going to know exactly where my dog is in the world because I have this thing.
That's a really cool idea. I like that.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool thing. So
nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good one. I've never even heard of that.
I put thought into this list this year, Chris. Usually I make this shit up as we're going along. I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot. This I actually thought about.
Well, you've done fine work so far.
Thank you.
I'm going to stick with the stuff that I wanted to get for kids, and I'm gonna go ahead and recommend another thing that I bought for John that I can't wait for him to properly play, which is Game Builder Garage for the Switch. That's $30. We played the demo for a while back. He absolutely loved it. It's only $30, and it teaches your kids coding. You know.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's a huge skill if they're even vaguely interested in it. I mean, you could do worse. I would say throw the $30 at it and see if that shit sticks. Oh, that just reminded me of something else that I played. The demo for that Big Brain Academy game came out.
And good?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to go ahead and double that with this Game Builder Garage because that game's also only going to be $30. And like the four of us, me, Karen, John, and Ellie all played it together like fairly because you can adjust the difficulty like in all these different directions. Like, so you would do like, they're all separated into these different kinds of like, I don't know, like visual or whatever like that. And so like, okay, you got to match things, right? You see things and you have to match them. So I'm playing on like intermediate level or advanced level or something like that, and it'll give me like these 4 different shapes up top, and I've got to match them like before they disappear, whereas Ellie will get one shape that she has to match before it disappears, and like cool. It's one big more simplistic shape. So like the difficulty range is humongous on there so that you can play with your kids and not like have to let them win. Like you can make it so that it is a challenge. Like you're challenging yourself and they're challenging themselves, and it levels the playing field for all these different like education levels. It's fantastic.
That's really cool.
And the kids loved it. They were like John keeps asking to play the demo, and we're like, we played the demo, kid. There's like 3 things to do. It was kind of fun, but I'm bored of this. I want more of it. There's a ton in the actual game, but this is a tiny little demo. There's only so many times I feel like playing these like same 3 games, but all right. So that's been really cool. But yeah, Game Builder Garage and Big Brain Academy. Those 2 are like, if you got kids and you want to do stuff with them and learn stuff with them, and it's edutainment that's not like Mario is missing, like stuff that actually is good for their brains. Those 2 are some solid choices right there.
That's dope. I like that.
Me too. I'm surprised. I wasn't crazy about the original Big Brain Academy on DS. Was all right. And I never really played the Wii one because I didn't really see the point of it. But now that I have kids and it's like all 4-player, and the really the difficulty slider was like that really put it over the top. That made this thing work. It's awesome.
Well, I think also staying with kids because it's important, but also for adults as well. We spend just an absurd amount of time on our screens. Like all of us do. It's fucking ridiculous the amount of time we spend on screens. So getting some blue blocker computer glasses, I think, is a smart idea to start training not only the kids young, but for those of us who are older who want to save our fucking eyesight from all of this technology that we stare at. They're like $15-$20 a piece. They're actually beneficial, so get them.
Huh. All right.
Get them.
I've never thought of it, and I probably should.
You should. I mean, you're working on a computer, because think of it. You're working on a computer all day. You're playing games on the computer, or on your fucking phone, or on the Switch, or on the TV. Like, we're just constantly with the screens. And it makes a difference. You know what I mean? It definitely makes a difference. So, yes, blue blocker glasses.
Solid choice. Yeah, solid choice. All right. I'm going to go ahead and throw out one more kids one that I feel pretty strongly about. This line has proven itself way more than I thought it would. I've talked about it on the show before, but the Lego Mario stuff has just been amazing in this house. Like, John's been doing a lot of stuff with Legos in general, like coming up with his own creations and stuff now. But the Lego Mario sets, he just goes nuts for, and he's been doing so much imaginative stuff. Like, he's itching for those new Lego Luigi's Mansion ones that are coming out.
Yeah, those look really cool.
He's super excited about that stuff. And, like, every new set, it doesn't matter which one it is. If it's one he doesn't have, they're all awesome. And they're not, like, awesome in the way of, like, I've mentioned it before, they're not like build the Lego Death Star or build the Lego X-Wing and like now you've built this awesome thing that can sit on your shelf. It looks cool. It's like you're
now look at it.
You're building something to play with. You're building toys.
Yeah.
You're building something that's interactive, and you then start putting them together, and then you come up with courses, and you try to like physically get your Mario to do all the tricks and stuff you want him to do in the time limit before it's over, or just start building other wacky stuff. It's nuts. John loves this Lego Mario stuff, and it's been so much fun to watch him do it. And it was something that didn't make much sense to me when they first announced it, because it's like, I just want like real Lego Mario stuff. I want to build things that look cool. And then like, as soon as I saw him playing with it, and then not stop playing with it, I was like, I get this now. This is actually genius. This shit really works. So
how dare Lego not make a toy for me?
Yeah, no, they made it for my kids, and loved it. Lego Mario stuff is really, really flipping cool, man. Really cool.
That's awesome.
For kids of the right age, you know?
Right.
Because it's not, they're less complex builds than your crazy, like, $400 Lego stuff. But they're also, like, they're interactive toys, and that's the point of them. So, yeah.
That is awesome.
Good thing.
I would really like, and I feel like this is one of those things where every time I see it, I'm like, fuck, yes, I really want one of those. But then I never get it for whatever reason. And that would be a pivoting power strip. So one of those ones where, like, you can, like, bend it into a circle or, like, snake it around something where, like, every plug kind of rotates left and right. Want one of those.
I like those octopus ones. Where it's like...
Yeah, those are cool, too. Like, some sort of power strip that's not, like, just a fucking straight line.
Yeah, something that makes it so that when you want to plug in something that's shaped weird, you're not blocking another outlet.
Yep.
Yeah, no, those are great things to have around the house. Absolutely.
And that's one of those things where, like, somebody gives that to you, where you receive that, and you're like, yes, this solves so many problems. Thank you.
Let's see. What else do I have on here? I would definitely recommend the Flip Grip. For a certain audience, if you have a Switch and you like to download the Arcade Archive titles or play classic arcade games or any of the pinball releases that are on the Switch, or shoot 'em ups, this is like arcade shoot 'em ups. anything that goes into to Tate mode, vertical, the flip grip is a pretty cheap thing to grab, and it lets you have your Joy-Cons on the side of your Switch while the screen is in Tate mode. So you're playing handheld with the screen vertical, and you're doing it comfortably without like trying to prop up your screen vertical and then you're holding the Joy-Con separately. It turns it into a different shaped unit basically, and it's wonderful. I don't use it.
And this is the thing from Fangamer, right?
Fangamer, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's great. If you are into any of those things and you have a Switch, Flip Grip is a great gift to give, or a great gift to receive.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's like the few times that this is what you need, it's the greatest thing in the history of ever.
You're just so happy to have it there.
Yeah.
Like when I'm grabbing the Switch to play a little bit at night, and it's like, you know what I really want to play is some of that arcade Punch-Out game.
Yeah.
And I can do that vertically, which is fantastic.
Yeah, that's really, really awesome.
Yeah, that
is really cool. I would like to have one of these for those rare occasions. I also have a Switch controller accessory on my list, though, and that would be the Hori Split Pad Pro.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that.
I really want one of those because that's one of my biggest complaints about playing the Switch in handheld mode is that it is just I find it personally very uncomfortable to play. But this Hori Split Pad looks like something that I could really be like, all right, this solves a lot of the problems that I would have playing this in handheld mode. I don't know that it would, but it's something that I would. It might.
I don't really have much problems playing in handheld mode, but I understand that people. I understand that people do. So,
yeah, I mean, my hands cramp pretty quickly playing it in handheld mode, and these just look like really nice, comfortable extensions for the Switch. I think I would be super into it.
Indeed.
And they're not crazy expensive. They're like $45, I think, $40. I'm pretty into that. Yeah.
And like I said, I've heard really good good reviews on the thing. Like people really like this thing.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a good D-pad on it. Like I've seen good reviews on the D-pad. The analog sticks are nice. And then, I mean, you can always connect it to the charger thing and have like a decent little controller to use as well, if you want to do it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into
All
these.
Right. Good one. Nice. Let's see. I am going to go with... I'm going to slap a few of these together and say books. There are a lot of really good books out there. Particularly the ones that I want. These are like at the absolute top of my Christmas list are any of Jeremy Parish's books, Works series of books, like the Virtual Boy Works, NES Works. I know a bunch of them are sold out right now, but they're all coming back into print. And I love this man's work so very much, and I very much want those books. They're great. I also recommend the NES Omnibus and the Super NES Omnibus from Brett Weiss. Dan and I both wrote for these books.
Yep.
They are very nice books. They are. I'm not just saying that because we were part of it. Like I bought them myself because we didn't get free copies of the book since we wrote in them.
Yeah,
we got a handshake and a high five. That's what we got.
Not even that.
Not even.
You got
that.
A high five?
No, I didn't get a high five. Well, we got a hearty thank you for that. For writing in those books. But I bought them anyway because like they're really nice books. They're very, very, very nice looking books. And of course, probably the most. For more of a historical piece of like really deep reading, I always recommend Leonard Herman's Phoenix. It's a super, super dense book, but it's a really, really good one. And it's kind of like the ultimate video game history book right there. And, there's other great stuff out there like Console Wars and stuff. But really, if you're looking for something that's like big and colorful, like coffee table style books, the Brett Weiss's Omnibus books, Jeremy Parish's workbooks, I've never seen them in person and I don't care. I just want them. They look amazing online. Give them to me now. Line them up on my bookshelf. Leonard Herman's Phoenix. Great books right there. Video game history books. Always worth your time.
I have, not to spoil the rest of my list, but I have a book on here that I do not believe you know about, but is going to blow your ass away.
Oh my God.
And I will save that to the very last one.
Thank you. I need my ass.
I think you need your ass blown. So I'm just going to go with that. Yeah. Sticking with, I'm going to stick with Nintendo Switch controllers. I would really like an 8-bit Do SN30 Pro 2. That's the controller I want. One of those. I like it. I like the form a little bit better than the Pro controller. I've used some of the 8-bit Do stuff before, and I really, really like it. I think they make really nice products. I was kind of waffling on what I would like more, the arcade stick or the 8-bit Do Pro 2. But I just kind of like what the Pro 2 can do, and it's just got a really nice form to it. It looks really, really comfortable. That's the one I would want.
Nice. All right, that's cool. Yeah, they make quality stuff.
You can connect it to more than just the Switch, Yeah. Which is awesome. I like that about it. So, yeah, I'm into that.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna say this one came as a real surprise to me. This is cheap as all get out. It is the old school. That's old SKOOL video capture card. We sell it at Stone Age Gamer for $20.
Yeah.
And I've been using it for making videos, and friggin' works. It's $20 capture card.
That's really all you need.
It works. You just plug your HDMI cable in there, and you're good to go. I like it. It's great. There's nothing to it. I don't know how super fancy to get with it if you're not going real crazy with video creation stuff, doing something on par with the kind of stuff I've been doing on our YouTube channel, or even probably higher than that, because I'm not great at it yet. But for just getting the basics done, this seems to work wonders, and it's $20.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't beat that. Yeah.
It's a really cool gift, and if you got anybody in your life who's even thinking about this kind of stuff, just get them the video capture card. It'll come in handy. It's really cool.
Yeah, especially if you've got somebody who's starting to think about maybe I want to go down this road. I'm curious as to what this is like. Maybe I'll be into it or whatever. This is a great way to jump in and be like, oh, I love doing this, or whoa, I really hate doing this. This was a dumb idea. $20 is you're not breaking the bank for that. So that's a really good pick. I like it. I like it. All right, let's see. Where do I want to go next on my list? I have a couple things. I'm going to put these two things together, just because I don't want to take that much more time. But the continuing in the realm of podcasting, right? So you get the podcast microphone, and then you're going to need, you probably have a headset or whatever, but maybe you have an old headset, right? We use these things a lot. You have a gaming headset, whatever. The Jivo headband cover. It's $12. You can get it on Amazon, and it replaces the worn out, beaten down foam padding that you had on your headphones or whatever, so that it's more comfortable to wear, and you don't have to get a new pair of headphones. And it just looks nice and kind of protects it too. But then you also might, if you're like me and Kris, when we're doing the show and you have a bunch of you're not content to just look at your computer screen, you have to have an iPad and a phone out at the same time. The Go Donut Universal Device Stand is $20, and like it says, it is a universal device stand. You can rotate it around, you can put your stuff on it any which way you want to. It's not going to fall over and make a bunch of noise that Evan then has to edit out of your podcast later.
Because Evan will edit your podcast.
He will, 100%. He volunteered. He told me.
It's his favorite thing to do.
He loves it. Loves it. I can't get enough. Can't get enough. But if you're looking into some sort of content creation, you put that along with a $20 capture card and card. You're doing pretty well there. Doing pretty well.
Rad. Okay, I'm going to go in a pretty different route. This is actually probably the most expensive stuff that I have on here. But if you are a retro gamer or you have retro gamers in your life and you want to spend a whole buttload of money on them, there are some really, really cool console mods to get. This is one of those fun things to just like, it's one of those things that I would always look at and be like, man, I would really like to do that, but I just don't know that I can justify spending the money on it. But like, now that I have some of them, I'm so thrilled to have them. Like, obviously there's stuff like flash carts, and that's great. But then you get the more modern systems that can't do flash carts, like a PlayStation or a Saturn or a Dreamcast, and getting those consoles modded for like HDMI out and like do something like put a mode in there or a PSIO.
It's a whole lot.
Yeah, it's a bunch of work, and it's totally worth it. And Stone Age Gamer does that kind of stuff. The thing for Black Friday, they're running a Dreamcast builder sale, which is pretty cool. To kind of create your own Dreamcast with like mode and the HDMI and the different colored console shell. But I mean, even with discounts, it's not cheap. So I don't know. If you got money to blow on something like that, it's totally worth it in the end. I mean, I think. But that would be pretty high on my list. Like, there's the Xbox HD Plus that can do does native HDMI out on the original Xbox, which is one of the most moddable consoles out there.
Yeah,
to do all sorts of fun things. With you put a different operating system in there, and you can do some fun stuff with an original Xbox.
You
and
certainly
especially once
can.
you get the HD output on there, then now you've got yourself a pretty snazzy setup there. So console mods in general, looking into getting those first, even when you're doing something simple, like get yourself like a modded Game Boy, like Game Boy Advance or something, with a new LCD screen that's backlit and whatnot. Can you imagine just giving that to somebody? What a great gift that would be.
That would be really awesome.
Here's a modded Game Boy Advance and an EverDrive. Have fun. Like, oh, this looks amazing. Or even like doing like a regular black and white Game Boy with one of those screen mods that adds like different colored overlays to it, and then like one of the just regular Game Boy flash cards. So you're not even doing like your Game Boy Color even. You're just doing regular black and white Game Boy games on a black and white Game Boy that's been modded to like look modern. That kind of stuff's super cool. And that would make a great gift for like somebody who used to play Tetris on a Game Boy and now doesn't want to play, they don't play mobile games on their phone because they miss having buttons, but now you can mess around with something like that. That kind of stuff's fantastic. So, console mods. Catch it.
Well, I'm gonna spin this into a mod of my own. I wasn't thinking about this in the way of a mod, but instead of modding a console to play different games, Chris, what if you modded your bed to play games? Oh. And for a relatively low price, you can get a set of bed sheets in a queen or king that are the Twister game. With the dots evenly spaced out, and you can play Twister in your bedroom. And that sounds like a really dangerous proposition for those of us who are old enough to think that's funny, but also a very sexy proposition. And I support that wholeheartedly, full-throatedly, as it were.
Well said.
Twister bed sheets. I think wouldn't you be excited if somebody gave you Twister bed sheets? Like, not for nothing.
I honestly don't know how I'd feel about that.
If you got Twister bed sheets, you would be like, this is ridiculous. And then you and Karen would look at each other and be like, I don't know, you wanna? And then you would both end up in the hospital. But it would be funny. That's really all that matters.
Well, I don't know, man. In the decorative department, I've always been a big fan of these. We carry Artovision ones, but they're a bunch of different companies make these kinds of things, like Shadowbox Art.
They're so cool. I was just looking at them on the website.
They're fantastic. We haven't gotten any new ones in a little while, but I think they have some new ones on their site, on Artovision site. But yeah, like a lot of different people make these. I've seen them at different conventions and stuff. Shadowbox art is neat in general, but Shadowbox art that's based on video games like pixel art and stuff,
cool.
It holds a real special place in my heart. I think they look amazing. So yeah, that or like the remute albums, the video game music, like the chiptune music albums that are on original cartridges.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been cranking them out. I think there's a Game Boy one now.
Yeah, it's very cool.
That stuff's just fascinating. So video game art is my recommendation. Video game art, and then I'm pretty much tapped out. Besides like a couple of games I want, so that's
all right. Well, that's
it for me.
I have a couple of things to go along with that. I had on Etsy. So a little while ago, Lord Helmet, friend of the show, my buddy Mike that I went to college with, got Tiff and I some Portal bookends. And they're really cool. Really, really cool. Now, because the technology has gotten better and cheaper, on Etsy, they're about $40, $45, depending on the Etsy shop you get it from. You can get LED Portal bookends, and that's even cooler. Like, it takes a cool thing and steps it up and makes it a little bit cooler. So, that is something that you could grab. But I was also going to mention that, not just friends of our show, like Angie or Square Painter, but there are a ton of local artists that you could commission to make some really cool video game artwork for someone for yourself.
Absolutely.
And that's the biggest thing in the world. Like, don't buy mass-produced art if you can afford not to, because custom commission stuff is more expensive, as it should be. But support local artists, that sort of thing, is a very, very cool thing that you can do. So that would be my
definitely
my contribution to like the art discussion. And then let's see, what else did I have in here? Do you want to go through your list of games, or do you want me to finish up and then I'll hit with the big one at the end?
Nah, my games aren't interesting. It's Master Chief Collection, Doom Eternal, and God of War.
Oh, all right, that's fair. That's fair. I would love to get, even though I don't cook, a Power Glove oven mitt. I've seen those around for like $10. They're pretty cool.
Is it called the Power Glove mitt?
The Power Glove mitt, I believe it should be. I don't know if it is. I also saw, so we have not talked about, because I assume you have not downloaded it. I downloaded it but have not played it. Pikmin Bloom.
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet either. I know it's something that the kids want to do, and once our life kind of settles down a little bit more, it's something that we will try, being out, walking around, and doing, Pikmin stuff on the phone and whatever. But here in the Northeast, or just in the North, it's starting to get cold, and what you need is a nice pair of gloves. Like, you don't need, like, frigid temperature gloves, but like North Face makes a pair of gloves called the Apex Plus E-Tip. And they are a really nice warm pair of gloves that you can wear outside, in the wintertime and still do shit on your phone, because as we have discussed frequently on the show, we are, constantly staring at our goddamn phones. They're like $50. They're expensive for a pair of gloves, but definitely worth it. And then the final thing on my list that I would love to get, and I think would be a really awesome present to give to someone. Kris, I want you to look up Artcade as one word, ARTCADE, Extended Edition.
I am familiar with that word, Artcade. Let me see why. Extended Edition.
Yep. When you get there, let me know so I can.
Yes, Artcade.
Yeah, so I can go through the description. So the Artcade Extended Edition book.
I've seen this. This is super cool.
Very, very sexy coffee table book. It's leather bound, hand sewn, and it is pictures, really nice, high quality scans of arcade marquee artwork, and side panels and a lot of stuff of just classic arcade games. It's a huge book, and it's got a bunch of information written on the back of the pages as well. It's a really, really awesome looking book, and it is pretty damn affordable. It's like $45 for like this really big leather bound, really nice. It comes with a glow in the dark slipcase, which is really cool. So like the arcade looks like it's lighting up on the front of it. Really, really cool book. Something that I would love to get, and something that I know a bunch of people would love to get as well.
Yeah,
saw this for the first time today, and was like, man, I want that. I would like one of those.
I also would not mind having one of those in my home. It is shaped in a way that would drive me crazy on my bookshelf, but I'm pretty 100%. Sure I would get over it.
Yeah, like you would have to put it in its own special thing, but it's shaped in a way to present the marquee artwork in its full glory, and I think that's really awesome. And that's my list.
It's a good list. Good work.
Right, not bad.
Yeah.
I actually thought about shit.
Way to go.
Yeah, can you imagine how good this show would be if I prepared like every week?
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, it'd be
weird,
be
something else, man.
I don't want to do it. It was a lot of work.
Well, I think it's time for us to call it a night, because I mean, we were tired when we started.
Yeah, I'm not even here anymore. I'm already in bed.
He's left. This is the Dantronic 3000 talking, and that is our though.
Join us next week, maybe.
That is our show. Join us next week when we will apparently be joined by Barry Carenza from Premium Edition Games. That's one of their physical game companies out there. He asked to be on the show, and we said sure. So there you go.
Yeah, we like talking to people.
We do.
And if he flakes out, we'll just bump up the Christmas music episode a little bit.
I'm excited about that.
Oh, I'm so excited about that.
That's going to be a good time. All right, so we're on most social media platforms, and if you want to get in touch with us, we aren't very difficult to find. All it takes is a quick look at our show notes, and you'll see links to our social media accounts, as well as all manner of other fun stuff, like a link to our namesake, StoneAgeGamer.com, the Geekade Patreon, which helps keep this show running week after week, and more useful links than you can shake a stick at. This show's theme song, Squared Roots, was written by Banjo Guy Ollie. You can learn all about his wonderful music and more by following the link to his YouTube channel, also in the show notes. And finally, as always, we'd also like to thank our intrepid editor Evan for making the show listenable for all you folks. I'd like to thank all you folks for listening in the first place. That is it. On behalf of Dan and myself, keep playing games. Just can't piece it together.
I just can't figure it out. What? I'm hilarious. I'm a treat. What's wrong with you? Yep. All right.
John almost hit me today.
He almost hit you?
He said, I made some sort of dad joke, and he said, Dad, your jokes are the worst. They're the worst. I said, only when I make them about sausage. Karen was about to get up and deck me, and then John walked over and was like, I don't understand that joke. And so I explained to him about sausages, and then he got like just all the way in my face and would not stop glaring at me. It's like, I feel like I've crossed the line here, but I can't stop. I'm hilarious, God damn it.
I can't stop. Won't stop. Never going to stop. Penn said, that
it's the worst, John. It's the worst. Like it's sausages.
Worst. Like sausages. That's hilarious. I do a lot of your mom jokes. Like whether Tiff's in the room or not, like it doesn't matter. Like just, I mean, whatever the hell the kids say, like, just your mom had a bad day, like just whatever, fucking stupid. It just doesn't matter. It's constant. Your mom goes to college, and like Penny came up to me the other day, like, and again, like I'm doing this stupid shit. And she gets up, also right in my face, and she was like, "You have to stop." And I looked her dead in her fucking eyes, and I went, "Your mom has to stop."
As you should have.
She's so fucking mad. She's like, oh my God. Stormed away.
They're just angry because they know you're hilarious.
And they know that I won't stop at all. It's just never gonna stop. It's never not funny. just always fucking funny.
You're gonna be making those jokes at Tiff's funeral.
I really am. Really am.
They'll never speak to you again.
Your mom will never speak again.
I know, Dad. Do you not know where we are?
Your mom doesn't know where we are. See, it's never not funny. It's always fucking funny. They just don't get it. Yeah.
They will get it.
Your mom's gonna get it. See, it's always
fucking funny.
Always. Oh, goddamn. All right. Oh. All right, let's be serious for a minute. Let's fucking...
Okay.
It's about sausage. That's really funny.
And I had to explain it to him because he didn't understand the joke. And then after I explained it to him, he was so angry about it.
Like, no, this is way funnier because I had to explain it. Oh. All right.
Ellie thinks I'm funny.
That's all that matters.